Hello everybody, this is Alexandra, and for this video I'm looking into a user-defined class that I wrote for Module 6. So this class is very similar to the participant class that we wrote for this module. I basically wrote the constructors, which is basically making the object, writing it into existence. I then wrote the getters and setters for this class, and then I wrote a method, and this is just the toString method so that we can test the class in this file here. So to start off, the instant variables I made for the object T include its name, the number of cups drank, and a boolean for caffeinated. So I guess we could say true means caffeinated, false means it's not caffeinated. You see the word private in front of these variables. This is actually what's called an access modifier, and it pretty much keeps the data private inside this block. So it's just a way to maintain your data integrity. Next, I created the constructors here for this class. The first one is just the object T with no parameters, and these are pretty much just default values. Next, I've gone ahead and written the constructor calling the name and the number of cups as the parameters. So you can see that here. And lastly, I've gone ahead and used the name, the number of cups, and the boolean all as parameters for this object. So that's how that code goes there. So next are the getters and setters. Here are the getters and setters for the name. Next, for the integer, get number cups. So basically this one returns the number of cups. This method actually checks to make sure that the number is larger than 0 because you can't drink a negative amount of cups of tea. So that's how this setter works here. Lastly, we have the boolean. So this one will just return the boolean. And basically, this actually comes from Looping's video because I couldn't get it to work. So basically, it's an if statement, and if this is true or TF is false, then that's what gets set, and you'll return true for the boolean, or you'll return false. So that's basically what that method means there. Lastly, I've written the toString method, and this is just going to allow me to check that all the variables are in order and the class is running properly. So using this new class, tTester, I'm going to go ahead and test t.java. So very simply, I wrote out some values in a T array. I got this idea from Roxanne, so I really appreciate the help of my peers for this. So I'll go ahead and compile and run. Okay, great. So here is where we see the toString method being called on the T object. So here we go. As you can see, kava T for false, name of T, kava, total cups day 4, caffeinated, false. So that's pretty much how it's just going to go for the entire array. This loop here allows me to go through the entire array and index it, so I don't have to call the method 4 times. So that's really useful. But basically that is the user input class that I wrote. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thanks so much for watching.